Honourable Chair, Senators, good morning. My name is Rick Igercich. I am the President of Canada's National Firearms Association. I am here today representing the members of my organization and other law-abiding Canadians. I want to speak specifically about two parts of this bill: the handgun freeze that will eventually lead to confiscation of personal property. I would also like to comment on the government's creation of the Firearms Advisory Committee. I am neither an academic, nor a bureaucrat, nor a lawyer. I am simply one of the many Canadians that Bill C-21 will directly affect. As a third-generation firearms owner, I have several family heirlooms, including handguns that have been passed from my grandfather to my father and finally to me. My grandfather, a First World War veteran, was a farmer who legally carried a handgun in his daily activities on the farm, whether it was for predator control, to dispatch injured or wounded livestock, or just to do some plinking at a tin can under a shade tree while he ate his lunch, which was a common practice in that day. My father was a competitive shooter in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, and a Dominion marksman who competed in the Olympic trials in his youth. I have followed in his footsteps, becoming a competitive handgun, IPSC rifle, and shotgun competitor. I am also an avid collector, and I'm passionate about the pieces that hold significance in Canadian history and heritage. If Bill C-21 becomes law, I will be the final chapter in that book. Upon my passing, regardless of age or sentiment, my firearms will be slated for destruction. The history, the time-honored traditions, national pride, and the legacy of countless Canadian icons will come to an end. This saddens me deeply, along with countless law-abiding firearms owners who share my position. Despite proven statistics that we are one of the most vetted and law-abiding demographics in Canadian history, and our hope that the government would treat us fairly, we will unfortunately bear the brunt of these measures. It has been stated that hunters, sport shooters, collectors, firearms businesses across Canada support this bill. I can tell you now, without hesitation, that I'm a prominent member of the firearms community. From coast to coast, I have not yet come across a single firearms owner in this country who does. And in terms of firearms businesses, it's already had an impact, forcing many small, family-owned businesses to close, with more on the brink daily. It already has decreased tax revenue substantially. This bill essentially already has been in effect for nearly a year, and with no discernible impact on public safety whatsoever. Bill C-21 does nothing to address gangs, organized crime, or smuggled firearms. This explicitly and intentionally only targets law-abiding Canadians who have passed examinations, undergone training, and are vetted by the RCMP daily. It directly affects historians, recreational shooters, sportsmen, and future generations of Canadians who will no longer be able to participate in this part of our Canadian heritage. Collectors, Indigenous hunters, and Olympians are not the societal problem. Our time-honored tradition of marksmen will never represent our country again internationally. The statistics are clear and undeniable. Handgun crime involving legally possessed, registered handguns is less than 1%. These numbers have been proven to be skewed, with statistics in Canada adding air guns, replica firearms, power tools, and in some instances, even written threats being added to the official definition of a crime gun, causing data to be significantly higher. The formation of a Firearms Advisory Committee allows a small, one-sided group of individuals to form opinions and make decisions without review or due process. This leaves new legislation open for the government to continue to ban all firearms at will, and will continue to make law-abiding Canadians criminals overnight with a stroke of a pen. That is the very definition of government overreach. This committee has questioned witnesses as to how they would improve this bill. We must shift our focus from law-abiding Canadians to where the problem truly lies. The government must focus on organized crime, smuggled and illegally manufactured ghost guns if they hope to make any impact at all. Its goal is far from where the actual problems in Canadian society lie. The bill simply erodes our trust in the government and punishes a community of proud, law-abiding Canadians. If this bill becomes law and all the historical pieces, heirlooms, and sport pistols are destroyed forever, and with no discernible change in public safety, you can all come back to the table and try another approach. But the irreversible damage to our community will have already been done.